Hello, my name is Anita Tonakarngwen, and welcome to the League of Women Voters of Westford video series. This video is one of several in a short series focused on the basics of town meeting that you can find on the League's website and on our YouTube page. We're very pleased to do this series in partnership with our town moderator, Angela Harkness. So nice to see you, Angela.
Thank you, Anita.
Naturally people are, they have opinions on how money is spent in town, and what a lot of people don't know is that registered voters actually vote on the town budget during town meeting. So Angela, could you take a couple of minutes to talk a little bit about the budget process leading up to town meeting?
Sure. So as you said, the town meeting votes on our entire budget, and we have a budget now in excess of $125 million. There's a lot of work that goes into creating that budget before it comes to town meeting. It starts with the department heads and the town manager getting together to shape their individual budgets and to put them together into a budget for the entire town. There's participation in that process by the town boards and committees as well as town staff. Once a budget that is agreed upon is reached, the select board and the finance committee discuss and approve it, and that's the budget that's brought forward to town meeting to vote on. It's not official until it's voted on by town meeting.
Okay, that actually reminds me about a video that the League had done or has done a couple of years ago with Elizabeth Almeida and Dan O'Donnell, who is our finance director. It's called Show Me the Money, and it actually talks a little bit more about that process and also how Prop 2.5 or other elements kind of play into our budget process. So that's something that other viewers could check out if you'd like on the League website. And Angela, could you talk a little bit about how the budget is voted on during town meeting?
Right, so the budget is very extensive and detailed, and in order to make voting on it manageable, what we do here in Westford is go through the budget line by line with the opportunity for anyone who has a question or a concern to put a hold on any particular item so that it can be pulled out and voted on or discussed separately. So it might help if I could just show you the budget as it's going to be printed. And here we are with our budget article, which is Article 11, right? Their approved fiscal year 2023 operating budget. If you scroll down from there, you'll see that every item, starting with broad categories, general government, and then narrower categories, select board, town manager, finance committee, finance department, has a recommendation. The recommendation here is in the third column, the middle column here, and you see at the top it says fiscal year 2023 town manager and FinCom recommend. So these numbers are the recommendations from the town manager and the finance committee. What I would do when presenting the budget to town meeting is to read off each of these subcategories and ask if anyone wants to put a hold on them. So I would say, for example, select board, 26,306. Town manager, 462,985. Finance committee, $134,065. If anyone were to put a hold on any of these items as I'm going through them, they would be taken out and put aside for a vote after the agreed upon items are voted on. I will divide the budget itself, because it is very long, into sections. And at a certain point, I'll say, let's vote on those items for which there is no question or concern. And we'll go through the budget in several categories, bunching things together so that we can vote on them, and then come back to whatever anybody has a question about. This makes it so that people can see what we're voting on and have their questions or concerns addressed and answered.
Yeah, I just want to kind of reiterate for those people who are not as familiar with town meeting, anybody can put a hold on any of these line items. So I remember, you're just kind of sitting there in the voter audience and you'll hear hold in the background somewhere else. And Angela's in the front listening for that hold, and she'll just kind of put it aside so we can discuss it, or those questions can be answered. So this is really helpful. And I think for those families with children in the Westford public school system, you'll find that in this list, there's one line item for the school budget. So the months of preparation, if you follow the school committee meetings, leads up to this. And so we only vote on that one line item. And so when people have questions about how money is spent or where it goes, it really is, as Angela said, a month, like several months of discussions and meetings to kind of build up to this list here.
That's right. The school committee will be discussing their budget for months before town meeting, and that's the opportunity for people to go in and dig into the details if they have a desire to do so.
Yeah, and you know that well, you used to be on the school committee.
Right.
Great, thank you. So could you talk a little bit about the other resources or materials that residents should keep a lookout for to tell them more about the budget or to prepare for the meeting?
Sure. The meetings that go on at the select board and at the finance committee, as well as at the school committee prior to town meeting, will be discussing the various budgets in great detail. Each of those, the select board and the FinCom will each take positions on supporting or not supporting the budget. Those motions are available on the town website. To find them, you can go to the main page of the town website and look under government and then town moderator, and there's a link to the documents that are going to be in use at town meeting.
Great. And I think if other folks wanted to, in addition to those documents, the league also has this video series that we're doing with you, Angela. So I know that there's one called Preparing for Westford Town Meetings, and there's one just on town meeting motions, so people can get a little bit more familiar with the language. So I think this has been really helpful. Thank you so much for your time and reviewing the document with us. There's a lot of information there. And I know that sometimes the town meeting can feel a little bit intimidating, but breaking it down like this, I know is really helpful for folks. So thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah. So for more information about town meeting or the town moderator, as Angela said, please visit the Town of Westford website, westfordma.gov. There you'll find direct links for the town meeting, town moderator pages, and FinCom or school committee, basically any of the other committees as well. For more information about the League of Women Voters of Westford, please visit lwv.westford.org. There you'll also find other videos in this series about town meeting, and you can also check out the League's YouTube page. So thank you so much for watching.